Okay, this is number 5 on your practice test here. Sketch the graph of the rational function. Find any vertical and horizontal asymptotes. Okay, very similar to number 2, 3, and 4 right now. We need to know how to do the vertical and horizontal asymptotes. Let's always do the vertical first. Let's set the denominator equals to 0. X squared minus 16 equals 0. Okay, that's a look and do problem. X plus 4, x minus 4. Therefore, I know my x will be negative 4 and 4. Okay, I'm skipping a couple steps now. Again, you should know that this is a look and do problem. That's x plus 4, x minus 4. Therefore, I know the zeros is x equal to negative 4 and positive 4. That's in set notation. Okay, this time I'm now going to look at my horizontal asymptotes. Okay, again, I'm looking at the degree of the numerator and the degree of the denominator. Degree of the numerator would be 0 because it's just a number. X to the 0th power is 1. And right here, my degree of the denominator is 2. So right here, again, I'm looking at degrees. Okay, this time my numerator is less than the denominator. Okay, in the previous examples, we had numerators equal to the denominator. This time the numerator is less than the denominator. Anytime the numerator is less than the denominator, the one asymptote we have is y equals 0. That is always the case. Again, if this is less than the degree of the denominator, it'll be y equals 0. Okay, so let's go ahead and plot those lines on the graph there. Okay, so we have y equals 0. Again, asymptotes means the function will get very close to reaching that asymptote, but it will never touch that line. So we have y equals 0, and then we have x equals negative 4 and positive 4. So negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And positive 4. Okay. Now, how do we know what this graph is going to look like? Let's go ahead and just start putting in some values for x and y and see what it will look like. Okay, let's go ahead and pick x equals 0. So again, our original equation was this. F of x equals 5 over x squared minus 16. So let's say I put 0 in there. So if x is 0, then that just cancels out, and we would have 5 over negative 16. So again, if x was 0, it would be like 5 over negative 16, which is less than 1. So it would be about right there. Again, that's 0, comma, 5 over negative 16. Okay, I know it's going to be on this side, and I can never cross this line because there's no asymptote. So I know it's going to look something like this. So again, it's always going to get close to touching these asymptotes, but it will never actually touch them. That's very important right there. That's what asymptotes is referring to. Okay, let's go ahead and try to pick some points now on these other sides of the intervals here. So let's pick negative 6. So let's say negative 6. So again, if I put negative 6 in here, negative 6 squared would be 36. 36 minus 16 would be 20. 5 over 20 would be about 1/4. So I'm going to be at negative 6, and 5 over 20 is only 1/4. So I know I'm on that side. So it's going to look something like this. Again, it's always going to get close to touching the graph, but it will never touch it. Okay, let's think about this now. Let's say I put positive 6 in here now. Well, if I put positive 6 in there, it would be 36. 6 squared again, 36 minus 16. 25 over 20 is 1/4. So I'm picking that same number, and I know it's going to look very similar on the other side. It's going to look something like this. It should be a little bit more curvy right there. I didn't do a very good job on that first one there. It's a little more curvy. That's what a rational function is going to look like.